Hey guys, welcome to my channel, and I just want to say thanks for watching. If you're not following me on social media, go ahead and I'm gonna link everything below so you guys can follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and Snapchat if you're feeling saucy. But let's get started because I got a story to tell. So on Thursday, it was a really weird, busy day for me. So I had an interview. I went to the interview. It was so good. Like, I passed a coffee shop and they were having some happy hour coffee, so I went in there to get some iced coffee because I love iced coffee. The school is probably 15-20 minutes away from my mom's house. So as I'm on my way there, I get a phone call and my mom's like, "These girls are at the house and they're looking for you and they're trying to fight you, blah blah blah." So as I'm on the phone with her, I hear yelling and I know immediately who it is. And I'm just like, okay. So she's like, "Don't come here, go straight to the police station." I drive straight to the police station. I speak to the little, it has a huge window and then I have to answer the phone, but I'm looking right at the person. So she's like, "What's going on?" I explained to her what's going on. Some girls pulled up to my crib trying to fight me. Two police officers come, they shake my hand. They're nice as police officers can be, really. So they bring me to this little room. It's just a small office. It's not like a interrogation room, first 48 type shit. So I go in there, I tell them what happened. I showed them messages. The girl said that she was gonna shoot me. She said she was gonna beat my ass. I let them read the printouts that I had. And it's funny because when I was printing everything out, I was laughing and my mom's like, "What's funny?" And I was like, "It's just emojis, emojis on paper." I just thought it was funny. So they saw it and they laughed too. And I was just like, "Oh, it's funny," because I thought it was funny too. They're getting my information, they're getting her information, they're asking me these questions. And so they asked me a trick question, and then the vibe in the room kind of changed, so I knew something wasn't right. I knew something was off because they were really nice to me, but then they kind of flipped about how they were treating me. They weren't mean, but they were kind of just being skeptical of what I was saying. So I'm just like, oh shit. I knew what they found, and at that point it was no point to lie. He goes, "Have you ever gotten in trouble before?" And I'm like, technically no, but yes. So I explained to him briefly that situation, and he was like, "Well, there's a warrant out for your arrest." And I was like, "Excuse me?" I don't think so. Oh, fucking warrant? Who am I? I was like, "That's impossible because my lawyer said that I'm good. There's no way possible that I have a warrant out for my arrest." And he was like, "Actually you do." So he's like, "I usually don't do this," but he shows me the computer and has all my information, and it freaks me out because in big red letters it says "wanted." So what it is it's a capias. And from what I know and from Google, my understanding of what a capias is you're legally required to go to jail. If you don't show up, they will come and get your ass. So I'm gonna fucking go to court. Okay, we have to contact this county, which is 2 hours away, mind you. We have to ask them if we can have you sign a paper and release you, or we have to take you to jail. And so once I heard that, I started freaking out, and I'm like, oh fuck, I can't go to jail. I have so much to do, so much things to do that don't involve me going to jail. So I'm not gonna lie, I started crying because I've never gone to jail before, and it's fucking jail. It's not Disneyland, it's jail. I'm not about this life. So I start making phone calls. I call my mom, "Mom, you gotta come get my shit, come get my car, my laptop." Email my professors, get me an extension, do what you gotta do. And then I called my boyfriend and I'm like, "I'm going to fucking jail." So automatically he knew what the fuck was up. He knows what he has to do. My mom knows what she has to do. I kind of knew. They said they were waiting for a response, but it took so long. I knew that I had to make moves. So I was like, well, since we're waiting, can I go to the bathroom? So at that point, I went to the bathroom and I put my phone in between my legs, like, not to be gross, but like in between like my thighs and like my underwear. I just put it like right there. I sit down, I'm waiting, and they're like, yeah, we have to take you to jail. I'm like, can we just wait for my mom to come? Like, they were so nice to me, and they kept apologizing to me. And they were like, look, all you have to do is like, we're gonna arrest you, take you down to the magistrate. We're gonna like talk to her and tell her that you've been nothing but helpful, and then we're gonna like bring you back. And so I'm like, oh my God, like at this point I'm freaking out, like I am crying, like I'm just like, fuck. So while we were waiting for my mom, I told the officer, I was like, what kind of dumbass comes to the police station if they have a warrant? And I was like, my intention was like, I wasn't doing anything wrong, so what the fuck? I go and we wait for my mom. They handcuff me in the front. The handcuffs weren't really tight or anything, and they were so nice. Like, they put my seatbelt on. And I know this is crazy, me saying like police officers are nice, because I honestly don't fucking like the police. I don't break the law, but I just don't fucking like police. Who does? Like, nobody wants to be friends with the police. Anyways, my mom comes and I'm crying because I think that my little brother can see me. And I'm like, well, I don't want my mom or my brother to see me in fucking handcuffs, because that's painful. Like, you don't ever want to see somebody that you love in a fucked up situation. So the officer's like, they can't see you. And I felt like when I saw my little brother, I'm in the back of a unmarked police car, and they're like, they can't see you. The windows are pitch black and it's nighttime. And I felt like my little brother looking at me, and my little brother told my mom that I was arrested. He was like, he didn't see me, but he knew I was in the car. We're driving and I'm like taking Snapchats. I know it's very, very trollish, but I figured I was gonna make this video, might as well have live footage. So I'll put in the clip so you guys can see me in the back of the police car.
If you want to do it, you know you want to do it, kind of thing, you know?
So once we get to the jail, essentially, they like search me and they ask me all these bizarre questions, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, no. Like, do you have any drugs on you? Are you pregnant? Like, blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, no, but I do have to pee again. Like, but in my head, I'm like, this time I have to pee for real. So the female sheriff has to watch me take a piss, which was violating and uncomfortable. I mean, at no point did they treat me like I was a criminal, but I was just like, wow, this is how they treat people. This is what they fucking do. And I understand, because, you know, people could have some drugs shoved up their ass, but still, like, they watched me take a piss in a dirty ass jail bathroom. So they just sit me down and tell me to wait, and I'm like looking at all the, they had like jail prisoners cleaning, and they had like people coming in and out. And I'm just like, oh my God, like I watch a lot of crime TV, but actually fucking on the scene witnessing this shit is not cool. Like, it's so fucked up. The officers are taking me to see the magistrate, and so he's like, we're walking past one, he's like, no, not this one. So he takes me to this lady magistrate, and I was like, okay, so there's a reason why, because maybe that guy's an asshole, maybe this lady's pretty chill. So I mean, at this point, I wasn't even thinking I was gonna get out of jail, because I don't want to like hype myself up just to be fucking disappointed. That's not what I want to do. So I was being realistic. I'm like, there is a possibility that you are going to fucking be in jail. So I just told myself, like, be calm, stop crying, because if you end up around other prisoners, then they're gonna think you're a bitch. And I ain't no bitch, but I was just in a fucking unfortunate situation, and my only reaction was to be upset. I feel like anybody would be fucking upset in that situation, because I literally just saw my life fucking crumbling. The magistrate was like giving me dirty looks. Like, she just looked at me like, oh, you criminal bitch. And I'm just sitting there, I'm like, whatever. So I had like my head down, and then I just had a feeling to like sit up straight, have my head up, like, you know, be serious, like show that you're an adult, that, you know, this is not who you are. So then she called my name, and I was like, yes, ma'am. Once I said yes, ma'am, it's like her whole vibe changed. Like she went from being mean, looking at me like I'm some type of fucking murderer, to treating me like a human being. And it's like, wow, simple manners can get you so far. So she told me that, you know, she doesn't know why I'm there. She can't figure it out. She doesn't know. And I'm like, shit, well, neither do I. And then she asked me what happened, and I told her what happened. Not about the original reason, but about the pending court situation. So I explained to her what happened. She told me what the charges were, and she told me that I had 2 court dates in 2 separate courts. So I was so thankful that she told me. She basically told me, she was like, we have no reason to keep you here. You didn't do anything. The officer said that you were polite, you're kind, you know, there's no reason for you to be here. We don't have any charges against you, so I'm going to let you go. And at that point, I just fucking burst into tears, and I was like, thank you so much. And then she like looked at me and she winked, and she was like, good luck on your midterm. And then like I started crying. Like I just teared up a little bit, and I was like, okay, whatever. So then they fingerprinted me. They took my mugshot. So I had gotten my mugshot taken before, and I can't find it. Like I couldn't find it on the internet at all because I wanted to like see it. So I was like, okay, this is my opportunity to like get a cute ass mugshot. So I like went in there and I smized, and I'm just like so they have like this sheet of stickers with my information and my mugshot on it. And I was like, can I have one of those? And I said it jokingly, but the sheriff was like, sure. So he gave it to me because, you know, it was cute. But like just trying to make light of a really fucked up situation. I didn't get home until about 1:30. My brother was asleep, but I woke him up and I was like, hey, like, what do you know? I just want to see like what he knew, or if he knew why I was locked up, because he's younger and he looks up to me, and I would hate for him to see me in that way because that's not who I am. My mom is very understanding, but like my biggest fear is like disappointing my mom, and like nobody wants to do that. Like that's why I'm going to school. Like that's why I'm like I've had my shit together my entire life. Like yeah, I've fucked up, but I've never gotten in trouble legally because I want a future. Like I have a future. So once that was done, I drive home. I live about 30 minutes away from my mom. My boyfriend, like, he had to work the next day, but he was like, I'm not sleeping until you come back home. So I get home, I watch like 2 videos on YouTube, and then I go to sleep because I'm like, this is just the most miserable day I've ever had in my life. It did take me a couple days to make this video because I was feeling like really, really, really depressed. And so I just laid in my bed for 2 days straight and I couldn't like move. I was feeling like, you know, I'm being treated this way for not doing anything. It's like you're guilty until proven innocent. And like, I'm not a criminal. I'm not like a drug dealer. I'm not a bad person. But they're treating me like I'm El Chapo. It's not cool. Like when you have a future and you have things that you're trying to accomplish, things like this, like I stay out of trouble. Like I'm an adult. Like I make videos about what I did when I was a teenager because when you're a teenager, you feel like you're fucking invincible. But I'm a grown ass woman. Like aside from this cute baby face, you know, like I'm fucking grown. I gotta fight this. And my point of making this video and my point of saying all these things is that you can't let people take advantage of you. I made this video kind of to let it go. So after this, like I'm not gonna talk about it anymore. I'm not gonna sit here and feel sad for myself or be miserable or, you know, just be sad. Like this is my stepping stone. I'm done. Like I'm not gonna sit here and allow somebody to treat me like shit. I'm not gonna sit here and allow this bullshit, to be honest with you, this bullshit to ruin my life. So I knew I was like when I started this video, I was really happy, but it just gets me kind of emotional because of everything that I am going through, and that it's so hard. Like it really is hard. And I just want to thank you guys for watching.